Hello Internet Allies, how are you doing? So, ever wondered what your favourite Disney villain says about you? Well, watch this to find out. Here we go. Bam. Just a quick couple of notes before we start. I'm only doing the Disney classic villains, so it won't be like any Pixar villains, so sorry Syndrome. And also, I'm just going to do like the more sort of like well-known popular Disney villains, the like iconics if you like. So yeah, here we go. So, if your favourite Disney villain is the Evil Queen from Snow White, then basically you are that kind of person who will end up basically checking your reflection basically at every reflective surface you find. Not just mirrors, but windows as well. You know, every single shop window, you're just checking your reflection. You're also a really huge fan of the show Once Upon a Time. The Evil Queen in that show is amazing! She is literally the definition of character development. I love that show so much. It is great. It's the first thing I ever watched on Netflix. I love it so much. It's great. And yeah, the Evil Queen, Regina Mills, she is like my favourite character in that show. If your favourite Disney villain is Captain Hook, then this means that some people might see you as quite big and intimidating, but once they get to know you, you're actually quite a sensitive person. However, you're not that great with children or young at heart people. If your favourite Disney villain is Cruella de Vil, this basically means that you are quite the fashionista, quite the trendsetter, and you have an eye for like the finer things in life. If your favourite Disney villain is Ursula, now this basically means that you are actually quite helpful towards people in need. However, you do want your efforts to be reciprocated. You know, you do want to basically have other people treat you as well as you treat them, which to be honest seems quite fair. If your favourite Disney villain is Gaston, this means that you basically recite all of his lines in his voice. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. I love his voice. But also, this also means that you definitely conform to a lot of the stereotypes associated with toxic masculinity, or you are attracted to some of those stereotypes. And you often wonder why a lot of people have romantic partners, but you don't, basically. You are definitely like that single friend in your group where everybody else is in relationships. And it's really annoying to you. If your favourite Disney villain is Jafar, this means that you are very competent and very skilled, probably even more skilled than the people who are more in authority than you are, and this really frustrates you because you just want your ideas to be heard. You're basically that kind of person in a group where nobody listens to you despite, you know, you having a lot of sense and whatnot, and that can be really frustrating to you. If your favourite Disney villain is Scar, this basically means that you are quite theatrical, you're quite the theatre kid, you're quite the theatre lover, but you are also kind of a nightmare to work with, unfortunately. You're quite a diva because you often take credit for the work that other people do, and you kind of want all that glory to yourself, and you also end up blaming other people when things go wrong and other things other than yourself when things go wrong. If your favourite Disney villain is Frollo, this means that you're still not quite over your latest crush, which can be a good thing if you are actually in a relationship with your crush, but also you see yourself as quite perfect. You've got quite a big ego, and also you kind of think that religious people are automatically good people just because they're religious. If your favourite Disney villain is Hades, who is my favourite Disney villain, you can sometimes be a bit of a hothead, and you kind of like to have things planned, and you don't really deal with it very well if things don't go according to plan. However, you are known to kind of ad-lib a lot and joke a lot, even if like not everybody understands your humour. Another one of my favourite Disney villains is Isma from The Emperor's New Groove, and if Isma's also your favourite Disney villain, this means that you like animals more than you like most people. And you kind of wish you could like turn people into animals so that you can have more control over them. So if your favourite Disney villain is Dr. Vicelio from The Princess and the Frog, this means that you are that friend who, even though people like you, you're a bit of a bad influence because you always come up with new ideas, new plans that can often get yourself and your friends into trouble. You're a bit of a troublemaker. However, you are very like charming and charismatic. If your favourite Disney villain is Mother Gothel, this means that you're very young at heart and a lot of your friends are actually younger than you. So they'll basically see you as kind of the mother of the group, if you like, the mum of the group or the dad of the group. And yeah, like people often do actually come to you for a bit of wisdom as well, even though sometimes you can be a little bit condescending towards them sometimes. If your favourite Disney villain is King Candy, now this means that you're very flamboyant, you may be in the LGBTQ+ community, and you're often writing and imagining yourself in other stories or being friends with like other fictional characters. And you also really love all shades of pink, especially salmon. So if your favourite Disney villain is Hans, this means that you can be quite flirtatious, you're quite sociable as well. However, you have been known to have a bit of a reputation of being a bit of a player. You might have like led some people on, even if you might not have meant to. You could have even like cheated on some people, and I don't really condone that behaviour whatsoever. So yeah, hopefully your favourite Disney villain isn't Hans. So if your favourite Disney villain is the Queen of Hearts, now this means that you definitely don't share food, and you can be quite a bit of a neat freak, a bit of a control freak, and you like things to be in order, in place, and you don't deal with things very well if they're not. You may also have been quite violent as a child with toys as well. You may have like kind of decapitated or taken off limbs off like dolls, figures, etc. as well. Yeah, so just to vent out some of your frustrations maybe, I don't know. We don't judge here on this channel. We do really. So if your favourite Disney villain is Lady Tremaine and your Glee stepsisters, this means that you're quite spoiled, quite privileged. You very much like a party, and you're always on the lookout for a romantic partner at a party. You're always out on the pole, but you also really hate family gatherings as well. Thanks very much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments who your favourite Disney villain is. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Until next time, keep smiling. Bye bye!